The IMF, the World Bank, they're part of a global economic architecture that was designed during colonial times. The United Nations itself was designed during colonial times, right? For a long time, the UN had less than 50 member states because the rest of the world was colonized. So it was the colonizers who established the UN, it's the colonizers who established the World Bank, the IMF, and who dominated the creation of the rest of the economic architecture. So an economic architecture that was not designed by us, that was not designed for us, why do we expect it to deliver justice for us today? And I'll give you another kind of point that people should reflect on. The fact that so many of our countries, Kenya included, have been essentially following to the T economic policy instructions dictated by the World Bank and IMF in particular for decades. The fact that we are still in a debt trap today, deeper in debt traps today, means one of two things. Either that these institutions are actually incompetent and we shouldn't listen to them, or they're actually doing this as part of their intentional economic entrapment. It's got to be one or the other. Okay. Either way, from our perspective, their model should be rejected. Their model of development, their instructions and prescriptions and conditionalities are designed to produce entrapment. So that's something that all of us should reflect on.
What is your take on this man's statement? The IMF was designed during Corona time, and of course it was for colonialism. Of course, this man came up breaking down to us. You drop your comment on the comment section. In as much as we are waiting to receive some money, that IMF are also involved, we also have to take a look at the negative aspect of it. I want to briefly tell us some of the negative aspect of this IMF that we are currently waiting for. You drop your comment on what you think about this IMF stuff that we are fronting. Although we are waiting for a financial breakthrough, and it will bring a positive impact as to our financial strength, and also we would establish our business. But then what are the negative impact when it comes to this IMF stuff? Loss of policy autonomy. Definitely, when you get yourself involved in IMF, there will be a loss of policy autonomy. We all know, pay what we listen right now. The IMF was designed during Corona time. Of course, this is one of the things that will happen to a country that get themselves borrowing IMF money. Countries receiving IMF loan may face limitation and their policy autonomy due to the condition attached to the loan. Sometimes IMF, before they give you money, they do hold certain things, and of course there are certain things you cannot do. Drop your comments in as much as we are waiting to receive IMF fund. Let's hear your stake on this issue. But meanwhile, we pray that this IMF come to deliver some people. We don't care the consequence, because the situation we find ourselves in our country today, it's not something that we should continue. If we continue, that means God forbid disaster will happen in our nation as I speak with you. Pay attention. I just brought this for us to pay attention and listen to the function and the purpose of IMF as we are about to dive in and collect money from IMF.